Black Man Lab AfterFlow Session 2. This is like historic. We got a newcomer, and then we got these two visionary founding fathers of the Black Man Son, father-son conversation, which led to the Black Man Lab. Brothers, welcome. Thank y'all for tonight.
Hey, thanks for having us.
For being in the Black Man Live space and doing what y'all doing and just speaking truths. Got to jump to you first.
Okay.
I want you to introduce yourself, and this is your first time here.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
them a little bit about yourself and what did you experience and what do you want the young brothers around the country to know about what's happening here in Atlanta?
Yes, sir. So my name is Chance Mack. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm currently working in enterprise software sales. I graduated from Georgia State University, grew up here in Atlanta. What I experienced tonight, this was my first time at the Black Man Lab, and honestly, I'm just blown away. You know, we talked about legacies, but I would say that, you know, I just learned so much from just everybody in the room talking about how they're thinking about legacy, and just hearing about how the conversation even started or how Black Man Lab even started is kind of powerful to me. I grew up without my father. I'm a father now. So this is just really powerful and very full circle for me. So I would encourage anybody that's hearing this podcast or that's watching this, wherever it is to come to Atlanta to come see this and be a part of this, because this is special.
Dope. We appreciate it. These brothers, my brothers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My brothers. We trying to father these sons together in this tumultuous times in these yet to be United States. And I'm thankful. And I don't know if I've even said this to y'all before. I'm thankful that we've connected this way with our sons, because we are the village, right? So I'm gonna stop talking so y'all can talk, or before I break down and start crying, because the brother will cry, because you know, Dana.
Yes, sir.
You know, went to Howard, did the corporate America piece, have two beautiful sons. With beautiful spirits, and I'm so glad my sons and y'all, you know, they're connected. Man, what did you think years ago when we first started saying we got to get the boys together and start having these conversations? Did you think we were going in this direction, or what did you think, bro?
You know, not at all. And I applaud you for your efforts, and I just shared that sentiment with someone just a few minutes ago, and I'm glad that you hit the gas the way you always hit the gas, you know, and you know, kudos to you for making this thing happen. You know, when I first came to Howard, and I was just sharing this story with someone, I came to Howard with two of my friends in a cargo van.
Wow.
Got to the dorm a little late. You know, you show up to the dorm, they're like, hey, well, you can't check in until tomorrow. We slept in the van at Drew Hall, right across the street from Drew Hall, on the floor of the van.
It was about the same as sleeping in Drew Hall, though, right?
It's summertime. It's August. So you know, we're sleeping in the van across the street. Now you fast forward.
That's crazy.
30 years later.
Yeah.
And it is a village that's happening here.
Yeah.
You know, our sons have had the privilege of being roommates. You know, I was just telling Brother Melick that Price just got off of his floor and got into his own apartment on Friday.
Wow.
You know, but that was supposedly his struggle. You know what I'm saying? He's calling me complaining. I had to sleep on Josh's floor for a couple of days. Like, dude, that's the only story you got to tell?
Right.
It's good.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the hardest been in college.
Oh,
You
yeah.
straight.
Oh yeah, you got it good. But I mean, when you have a village of folks who are looking out for each other, and I know we are on the text message thread and everything, and positive information is being inbred into these kids.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, here they are going into their senior years.
Right.
You know, so how fast time flies, man. And
Wow.
you know, when you talk about legacy, like we were talking about tonight, that's what they're going to be doing for theirs when it's time.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Bro Melick,
Yes, sir.
my man, father of 9.
Yes, sir.
That's a real dad.
Yeah.
You know, I'm about to say, do they call you a big daddy with you? When you got 9, they just gotta. You have to have an exclamation point behind father. Brother, you know, man, you do a lot, and we've been connected on a lot of different levels. Legacy for you though, what is it that you would like young brothers who might not have a father, who never had the experience of you know, raising them, getting them to think, to challenge stereotypes. even within our own community. What do you tell these brothers about legacy?
Well, first to the quote unquote fatherless sons, I would say go and perfect the art of being a son. Find a father, and perfect the art of being a son.
Wow.
And because only great fathers, are great as a result of having perfected the art of being a son. And so that's my advice. And what happens is the profundity of that concept won't allow you just to be your children's father.
The what of that concept, brother?
Profundity.
Okay. All right. Y'all, we got to have a board up here. We got to write that down.
Nah, you can't be that. The concept itself is beyond just the house that you keep the bills paid in.
Yeah.
So it's truly a profound African concept. Whether you're acknowledging it or not, it takes you beyond it takes us into some ancestral understanding of that word.
Yeah.
So that's my advice: perfect the art of being a son, so that you can be a profound father.
Oh man, I struggle sometimes with whether we do enough for the young brothers outside of our household, right? You shared that you grew up without a father in your household.
Yes, sir.
Man, Black Man Lab experience for you, and seeing some of these young brothers that were in the room, how do you connect the dots now, right? Now that you're a father, and you're seeing this kind of space, how are you looking to connect the dots to do the fathering thing?
Man, honestly, I feel like I'm figuring it out, every single day, and that's like the hardest part for me. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little emotional because it's just so deep for me, coming to the Black Man Lab tonight, it really did something for my spirit, just to be in this room with so many other fathers in here, just to see the example that y'all set for, not only, your sons, but just for the community, because it goes a long way. And, as you mentioned earlier, like, we don't see a lot of this type of programs, and you asked, like, are you doing enough? But just being able to do something, is more than enough, So I appreciate you. And I'm at the point where I can, give back, be a father to many, many sons. And when you talk about just perfecting the art of being a son, that just takes me, it blows me away, man, because I'm just like, man, I don't even know what that looks like. And so when I think about my son, how do I, be a good father to him, or what should I be expecting of him? Like, I'm still figuring that out, And I'm grateful that I came tonight, because I know that this is an evolution. I know this is a process, and I'm taking the right steps.
And I'll tell you something, man. As a father whose father was, I would say, part-time, me and my boy grew up. My pops left when I was in the 8th grade and kind of was on his thing, And so high school on the south side of Chicago without a father can get tricky. Yeah. But we had my boys, pops, and everything. With all of that, right now, I'm still trying to continue to figure out the best way to father my sons, and so it's an ongoing. So we're doing this together. Yes, and the beauty of it is that there becomes a fraternity of fathers, of Black fathers, trying to work it out together and say, hey, brother, did this work? Well, nah, that ain't the time to lay hands. You hold up. Because there are times, don't choke them out now.
Right.
But
do it later.
Right, do it later. But real quick, coming to you, Melik, and then to you, Dana. Melik, a vision for young Black men that are watching, that are listening, that are now paying attention to what it is, to be a Black man. Help define. We say Black man, but we never define it.
Okay.
Square that up.
All right. Well, I'll answer it by describing the optics of what happened here tonight. This is like the Million Man March with sitting still. You can feel it in the air. If you are a secular person, you feel a different vibe in here. It's not foreboding. It's not black. It's not foreboding. It's not dark. It's not gloomy. Textbook definition of black. It's not that. It's a presence. And again, you know, praise to our ancestors. You feel that there are more men in this room than there were in the room.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, that's the optics of what happens. So everyone who's listening, if you've never had that experience, you should make this, you know, put this on your list, not your bucket list.
Right.
This is your get to it list, quick list.
Every Monday at 6:30 here in the Andrew and Walter Young YMCA.
It's a unique experience.
Brother Dana, you're gonna close it out for us, brother. Just share the wisdom of raising two well-adjusted, solid young brothers. Share, man, and speak to them kids up at Howard right now.
Hey, man, you know, and it goes back to, you know, what we were talking about earlier as far as parenting and how do you do this. You know, parenting is all encompassing. It's not just your children,
right?
It's whoever you come across, and you parent differently from infancy to teenage years to adulthood. So it is a process, right? I can't parent my children the same way I did when they were 11 and 12 years old. Now I got to meet them where they are.
Right.
You know, so it's, you know, I'm still an authoritative figure, but now it's more of a, you're almost coming to me as a consultative type of way.
Yeah.
When you bring things to me, because I don't never want you to turn away and think that you can't talk to me. So
Right.
I'm going to meet you right where you are. So all the brothers out there at Howard, ours are seniors. Fortunately, hopefully they're all getting out this year. You know,
May.
to encourage that. May's the day. I told Brother Marty earlier, we can't do an extra semester because it ain't like it was when we were there.
Right.
You know, and it's not extra $5,000 no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
But nothing but love in this building, man. Nothing but love. Keep doing what you're doing, Molly. You know, I love you, man. And
love you too, brother.
And there's nothing but
Sir.
love in this room. And you know,
Absolutely.
you can't take that away.
hey, this is the Black Man Lab AfterFlow. The Black Man Lab Live is just a space of love for brothers, encouragement, empowerment, inspiration, because we're trying to put the ingredients together of being authentic black men every Monday at 6:30. So we appreciate you, brothers, for being
you.
visionaries,
My
and
man.
appreciate you for joining us, brothers.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's roll.
Peace.